Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to Milton Martin Toyota. I'm Jason Swoszowski, here to talk to you this afternoon about the differences between the 2013 Toyota Venza and the 2013 Honda Crosstour. Give you some options between the two vehicles too, kind of help give you some educated ideas too. Going to make it easier for you to make a decision on which direction you think you're going to want to go. So with that being said, let's talk about the car. Your basic differences between naturally to your Venza and your Crosstour. Both vehicles are going to come in a 4-cylinder and a V6 engine. But what's really cool too, and the difference between the 4-cylinder in the Venza versus the 4-cylinder in the Crosstour, is the 4-cylinder in the Venza actually produces more 20 more torque than the Crosstour does. So 20 foot-pounds of torque more than the Crosstour does. So you have that as a huge option. So imagine how much more powerful too the V6 is going to be too if the 4-cylinder does that part alone. Naturally too, with that being said too, you have a camshaft on the Toyota Venza. Let me pop this up too and let you look inside here. So let me get out of the way too where he can get a shot of the engine right there too. You've got a camshaft in the Venza's engines that are driven by hardened steel chain with no maintenance needs. The Crosstour's V6 camshafts are driven by a rubber belt that needs periodic replacement. So if the Crosstour's camshaft was to break, the engine could be severely damaged when the pistons hit the open valves. So one, you've got something too that's less maintenance, it's less wear and tear on our engine versus the Honda's engine. Look at the braking difference on this vehicle too. For better stopping power, the Venza's front brake rotors are larger than the Crosstour, almost a full inch plus, 12.8 versus 11.7. The rotor size difference between ours and theirs. That makes a huge difference, in the way that this car is going to basically perform for you and in the ability to stop this vehicle. Not in the midst of the fact too, it's less wear and tear, on your brake pads also. So with that being said too, let me open this thing up. I want to be able to show you the inside of the vehicle so we can talk a little bit about some of the cargo space and the differences in the cargo. First off, if you get shot down at the bottom of the vehicle too, the ground clearance on the vehicle. Alright, the Venza has 0.1 inches more, the Venza has a greater ground clearance at 1.9 inches higher than the Honda Crosstour. So basically if you're going over rougher terrain, listen to, you're pulling through the mall, the little speed bumps and things like that too, that they're so much more elevated now than they ever were before. You don't have to worry about scrubbing or scraping anything like that too, so that 1.9 inches makes a huge difference. If we look at the inside of the vehicle, alright, the Venza has 0.1 inches more front headroom, so if we get a shot of that, 0.7 inches more front hip room, and 2.2 inches more front shoulder room. That makes a tremendous difference in the room of the inside of this vehicle. So if you're 5'8", if you're 6'5", this is a vehicle too that's naturally going to give you a whole lot more room on the inside too for your head, your hips, your legs, everything. Alright. If we look back here in the cargo area, so I want to pop this back open too and let you take a peek at it. Alright, you'll notice in the back of the vehicle too that I've got part of the seats folded down and then I've got part of the seats still standing up. Alright, the Venza has a much larger cargo area with its rear seat up than the Honda Crosstour does with its seat up. 36.2 versus 25.7 cubic feet. That's over 11 cubic feet more space with those seats up than what the Crosstour's got. So imagine you being able to store things in there for vacation, luggage, golf clubs, things like that. Wow, what a huge difference and what a benefit that's going to be for you there. The Venza has a much larger trunk, larger trunk area with its rear seat folded down than the Crosstour does with its seat folded down. 70.2 versus 51.3 cubic feet. Not in the midst of that too, in this vehicle versus the Honda too, if you were going to tow a small trailer or anything like that, you can actually add a hitch to either one of those two vehicles, but the Honda Crosstour you can only tow up to 1,500 pounds. With this vehicle too, you got to tow a maximum of 3,500 pounds. Huge difference though if you need to pull a boat with it, pull a trailer with some motorbikes, things like that. So, I want to talk about one last thing also too. You've got Toyota Care on this vehicle. And I'll explain to you what the Toyota Care does for you. First 2 years, 25,000 miles maintenance on all the vehicles. Every new vehicle that we sell, basically Toyota pays for all of your maintenance for the first 2 years and 25,000 miles. Oil changes, tire rotations, anything that's in your scheduled maintenance guide that Toyota would suggest that you do to that car, they pay for every bit of that. So you don't have to worry about that cost. That's money that you get to save. Honda does not offer any type of maintenance assistance program on any of their cars. Plus, at the same time too, that picks up roadside assistance, so it's a huge benefit. Last thing also too is there are 19% more Toyota dealers than there are Honda dealers. So if you're on vacation or if you're out of town, if you're traveling with business, whatever, the ease of you being able to find a Toyota dealership versus a Honda dealership is going to be a whole lot easier too. I mean, literally, there's for every 4 Honda dealerships, there's 5 Toyota dealerships. So a huge benefit there. We'd love the opportunity for you to come out, take a closer look at the 2013 Venza, look at all the different options that are available to you and the different trim levels. So we'd love that opportunity to meet with you. So you can reach us on the phone at 770-532-4355, or you can email us at miltonmartintoyota.com. So pull us up on the website there. So you go in there, send me an email. We'd love to meet with you. Thank you.